Good stuff, I think. Pretty sure anyway. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we're doing all right. I'll have to look at that again. Maybe when I first loaded in. I was probably bugged, but that's okay. Overall, yeah, I'd say the range gameplay. Once you start getting the skills into pretty much every class is range to a degree, but some of them have some really absurd synergies that you can do. Like these are both skills that you have to unlock certain items. I forget what they're called, but they're, you know, the little shards that you toss in. You have a chance of gaining these skills. But there are, you know, a shit ton of skills spread across all the classes. Skills. But you know, maybe it's just nice to find those items to unlock stuff. Like I'm definitely missing a bunch of skills, right? But some of them okay. And what is this one? Overload. Nah. All primary stats. Lasso charge. Armor. Grants hyper armor when using skills. So we're working on unlocking the ultimate version of this one, which is what I'm ultimately going to run with, I think, because of the hyper armor. Sorry, I'm going off kind of on a little mental tangent here. But Steam Cider. So we got skill damage, skill damage. It's not a lot of skill damage. These are still pretty low level after all. Weapon damage, critical hit chance, fire melee. We can go damage. Okay. So what we're gonna do. it's satisfying. I mean, I've played it mostly solo. I've here and there. I visited a few other worlds. I've opened my world up for a while, and people play with me. Right now, anybody who loads into your world can manipulate the layout of things, delete items, stuff like that. So I've had a couple people, load and just start deleting things. Which has caused me to kind of like, I'm gonna close my world for now. But I've beaten the shit out of the roguelike mode. I've really, really enjoyed just kind of loading in and seeing what other players have going on, helping them do like some small runs and stuff. The neat thing is all your gear is server locked. Your levels are not. So all your stats are really cool. Your gear, however, is not. It stays on the server. So when you go to a new server, you have access to just the things they've unlocked, so that you're not showing up and hyper carrying. I mean, level still hyper carries quite a bit because of the stats. But overall, it's actually pretty well rounded. If a level 1 loads into my level 800 world, it gains more experience a lot faster. So it's actually pretty decent. It's actually very decent, I would say. I would say probably the strongest skill to use is the Frost Blast, actually. Which again is a melee skill, or a range skill. A lot of people like using the Thunder Lances and the Thunder Spear Swarm. They're good, don't get me wrong, I think they're very good. Oh, is it really? Yeah, I can adjust that. Let's see. Let's see, CLOUDHEIM. We'll do that. See if that makes a big difference. My bad, Gamma. Okay, so grants hyper armor plus 25% armor damage. So we're gonna equip that now. Actually, instead of the skill for the impulse strength, which I think impulse is supposed to just be kicking, but I think it also boosts your are some moves that are just kind of silly, like if you really wanted to, you could equip like the Civil maximum mana, along with the Civil Disagreement gives you an additional 20% maximum mana on the bottom bar, and it just gives you like so much mana that you can just shit almost every skill. Not that these are the skills that I would use with it, if I'm being honest with you, like they're okay. In general, I'd rather have some of the other skills, which some of the skills I would prefer to use don't seem to have items yet. I know that the devs were considering making it so you can reforge enchantments on some of obviously, like, you want these ones, like the Skyblade, right? Where it gives you assist crash and discipline lightning orb on crash. Like, it's just, I don't know. Some of the builds have a lot more potential than others in the high-level parts of the game. It's just, realistically, I don't even know what all items necessarily to start you know, this is going to be meta breaking, like min-max to the absolute max kind of a thing, right? So, like, again, we've got all of our buffs on, you know, like, let's just return one real quick. Hey, what's up? I'm gonna call you. Is it? Yep, it's existence. I got it. What's up, existence? Salute to you too. Well, not the left arm, but the right arm. We're good. All right. Let's load into Odin Shell real quick. So, I think you guys are Can't hear me. For the Trog to test for armor, the Trog to test for armor. Wait, which Trog did I don't know. Okay. Here, let me adjust the mic real quick. Blah blah blah. Okay. We want you properties. Pick up more. Okay. We'll try that. Is that better by any chance? It might not be. Yeah. I don't know. I hope that's better. Adjust it. Okay. Hopefully that's better. It might not be. Yeah, it's OBS, yeah. I can turn the game down more. Okay. Is that slightly better? Hopefully that's better. I feel like my sound is always messed up when I try to stream. But yeah, as you can see, like, even the Illuminate weapons, their power is lower, even if your rarity is higher. Again, they're a lower level, so like, I don't know if you can really really good. Some of them, you know, have got up to much higher levels. Don't know. So again, like, everything gives you different enchantments, right? Some of them are a lot more overpowered than others, but generally you can build like some really great builds. It seems like the game is really lets you create builds that will be heavy like here, let's spawn even more some normal barrels. Get all these different barrels, and what I want to do is do barrel processes with cold snap barrels. We're going to do impulse damage. I do like that skill damage. This one gives us impulse strength. We want to do your lasso. Skill damage. Conquer, lasso, impulse skill damage. That actually sword choosing okay. So I can swap there. Grab. Some of the weapons just have like insane damage output potential. Like Spine Sower, I know I'm gonna end up using this when I do an armor break damage tank build. It's just gonna happen. It's just such a good set of abilities so far compared to everything else. And then plus we get more bonus stats. Like Superior Legion's Edge is actually, or Legion's Fist is actually a really good item. Core stats, primary stats. it's actually pretty good. So you're getting +3 total to your the bigger set, which again is like your recovery. So yeah, I don't know. It's not balanced range depth also ragdolling. Like you saw that that vortex that skill I was using. It's not vortex, but gravity sphere possibly slows down all you entire so there's a lot that goes into it. Overall, it does like fun, crazy builds. We're missing a couple here, right? Yeah. No. Old wall. We're missing old wall. Okay. Maybe that'll help actually if I turn the volume of the actual map itself up. That might be too loud. I don't know. Okay. Okay. On Discord, I'm assuming. So 1 sec. All right, hold on. We're gonna watch this just to see how bad. Some of them, you know, got up to higher levels. Yeah, you can't hear me at all. Holy shit. Okay. Good to know. Thank you. All right, let's play with some settings real quick. CLOUDHEIM, bring you down. I feel like I don't want to turn that other one on. 4.3. Maybe I do want to turn that on. Let's see. Turn that on. Blah, blah, blah. I feel like that's going to echo, though. Maybe not. We're going to... Gamepad? I don't have a gamepad. I'm not quite that fancy. I've got a decent rig, but not all of it. Yeah, no, I've got the problem with my setup is I've got 2 cameras, both with their own microphone, this microphone, and then I think there's actually a built-in mic in one of the monitors. So I've had to like turn off a few things and oh, controller. Yeah, no. I do have controllers, you know, like, but I don't normally use them for the PC. Mouse and keyboard all the way. Is that better, KMS? I don't know. It's gonna be bad feedback if I do this, but okay, we're just gonna do this real quick, I guess. I apologize if you guys get an echo for a moment. Yeah, right. So how do I? There we go. There we go. The game's still too. The game's still too. The game's still too. The game's still too. Okay. Easier to hear than earlier. Yeah. Okay. So that's got to be maybe this one goes up. Hmm. this, because I feel like maybe that will be better to have. I feel like I just tripled everything. No, I did not. Okay. Um, yeah, split sources for mic and game. Ba, 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 ba. I don't know, maybe it's just, limitations of this mic. We can just adjust the audio more. Drop it. Okay. Hopefully that's better. Hmm. How am I missing chests? There's gotta be something obvious that I'm missing here. Probably like a rock or just a chest sitting on top of something. But I don't know. Huh. Okay. So apparently I never opened that one. That's cool. That's good to know. Yep, we've already had that one, so that's cool. Which is weird, because you would think I would see it. I guess it's in the archive. Archive. I wish there was a way to sort the archive. But that's okay. I don't know where that weapon went. That's okay. Huh. I legitimately don't even remember what rarity it was now. Like a better balance? Okay. Still, I'm sorry, guys. Okay. Second chest. I wonder if these two chests were honestly everything I was missing. I swear. Oh, and they were. Look at that. That's just lovely. Okay, that's cool. Oh, that's right. Yeah. So barrels. That was the whole point. So I feel like some of the builds they want you to build are just very spammy. Like, it's cool, you know. Like that's just gonna send enemies flying. I don't actually know that it'll do enough damage even with the impulse boosts to actually be viable though. Like I mean, oh, also something I've noticed about the game, Fiblin Field is the only place where blends actually exist. So like, I get that they're being like hunted here in Arcadia, but everything else kind of feels like Grob territory, and like we're just, you know, killing Grobs to kill Grobs. Because you're not actually seeing anybody but like one or two Runari on each of these maps. Not that we're the bad guys, but I kind of feel like we're the bad guys. Sometimes. Okay, so let's go to the Rose Ruins, finish getting our chests while we're over there. I don't know. I think it's goofy. Ooh, since we're here, may as well pick up a blessing. Legion's Fist, the one we're using. Alright, so we just got Jump Phalanx for the Legion's Fist. Jump Phalanx increases jump pads. It's another ability I don't use. I'm sure there are places that you want to go with jump pads, but I haven't found a single place that I can't get to by just equipping this thing, the Sky Ring, wherever the Skyborn Ring is. It gives you +1 jump anyway. So like you get an extra, you get 4 jumps instead of 3. I feel like it's probably yeah. See, like they don't even damage this guy. Like the barrel builds, if they come out with the ability to change enchantments on weapons, almost anything that adds a barrel, I'm probably gonna change. I just feel like they're not amazing. The Healing Blade, Superior Ice Blade, and Spore Pod all together, they count as different. Oh, so you can spam all 3 at the same time. Let's see. We'll give it a go. So we got Superior, Spore Pods. Okay. You said Healing Blade. Oh, Healing Blade's a lower tier, so we're gonna go to Archive. It is an H. So it's somewhere here. Healing Blade, more Spore Pods. Okay. Oh, Silken Oath has Spore Pods. We might do Silken Oath, get even more mana. That way we have just ass loads of mana for no reason. Okay. And then I feel like something here does Spore Pods, I think. Maybe not, but I feel like something does Spore Pods. Masher Fruit, blah blah blah. I thought something did. I guess I don't have it if there is an ability that increases Spore Pods, which is okay. So we're just gonna go. So that's +4, and that's +1.2. So 4.4 is actually not half bad. How many? So we've got 2. +6, 6.4. Ooh, it's skill damage. Yeah, so we want Keymaster. How many times can I equip Keymaster? That shouldn't be happening. Ooh, okay. I don't think that's supposed to happen. I'm for it. I like this. Okay. Oh wait, so Spore Pods versus... Oh, okay. Interesting. That's good to know. So in that case, that's all skill damage. That's Impulse. Hyper Armor moves skills. They're gonna be sitting on it. Okay, so Spore Swarm, Spore Swarm. Oh, okay. I see. I see what you're saying. That's Spore Swarm again. Oh, but that's the Shroomancer one, right? Don't we want that? Because it gives you Spore Pod Cluster? Or is that the same skill as the actual skill? Is that Spore Pod? It is Spore Pod Cluster. Okay, so Cluster is different than Pods. Okay, so we're gonna change Ice Blade to Healing Blade. Where is it? There it is. Spore Swarm. Isn't that the same ability? Yeah, Spore Swarm. It's the same ability. Oh, but Spore Pod and skills is right. So we got freezing Spore Pods, and then we can do Spore Pod Cluster. And let's do... Shrink enemies. I think shrinking's pretty good. Let's do Bumpkin Bumpers. Okay, so let's go find some enemies. spore pods on 1 and 2. Oh well, whatever. Okay. Thank you for the chest. Okay. Right. Rose Ruins 5 out of. I was missing that chest. The one with the. That's funny. That's just dumb. I spent hours the other day trying to find every single chest that I was missing here, and I've already found 3 of them and haven't even been trying. That is frustrating, I'll tell you what. That's a little humbling, so I've got 4 more to find. Is that it? 4 more? No, we got 7. And a viewpoint somewhere. Good to know I'm missing 2 wild chests, 3 wild chests on top of this. Okay. Look, there were enemies there a moment ago? Maybe not. You got all the ability synergies in the dock. That's legit. Okay, so 1, 2. I feel like that's a lot of immediate explosion as far as the spore pods go. I thought they took longer. Oh, but only some heal you, the others. Right, okay. That's actually not a bad build though. Just overall, like, that's a lot of damage output. Yeah, let's go mess with this captain real quick. He's probably not even a captain, he's probably a Snarl-tooth or whatever. Yes. Okay. Drop some of those. Leave. That was more than fair, I thought. You know, the build that I really want to do is the what is it? It's the beams, the fire beam and the ice beam, because there's so many of the new blades that give you beam up. And I think some of the hammers do also. Okay, let's see. So let's try out. Upgrade the kit. Brook's special, the bat is just a silly weapon, isn't it? Energy Blade has more Spore Swarms, and it's got the mana heal, which I like that. Energy Blade might be better. Oh, but it's got lightning more. I see. Glacier Ground, blah, 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 Power Slash, blah, 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 something has to have. Beam Enhancer, where's my Beam Enhancer? There we go, Sunblade. Seeing Sunforged Carver. Superior Ice Blade also has the, of course, which it gets more mana anyway, so we can keep the Ice Blade. I feel like there's something else to equip, perhaps, anyway. Woundbinder? Nice. Wait, so do you have everything unlocked in existence? Like, have you found all the items? Because I am still missing on stuff. I swear I had more weapons that did. Beam Grenade. Huh. I guess I don't. Good to know. Could have sworn I did, but it's not. Oh, Golden Blade. Is that the one I was thinking of? Okay. still didn't do that. It didn't even do damage, it just gave us experience. Okay. I'm assuming that's a decent build. I really don't know, because, yeah, we're killing things too quickly. I legitimately don't know. That's okay. At least it's doing damage on those ones. Yeah, see, because I feel like I'm missing so many items. So, like I'm still missing all these lower tier items, and obviously I know how to get the parrots. But chiseled daggers, I'm assuming it's one of the ores I haven't bothered with since I leveled up, you know. Actually, I'm assuming that's what most of these are from. Obviously, these guys are probably like dungeon drops. Most likely dungeon drops, anyways. I'm still curious as to how to get the superior ice woven, you know, the third homing bow. That would be a good find. I really want the tuna spammer. Oh, okay. Yeah, like they might be stand-ins. But yeah, so there's a lot of gear still. I'm missing a bunch of the armor, like half of the armor, basically. I think I'm missing, yeah, boots. I don't know what this one is. You know, Nasher won't give it to me, so I think I have to craft it. It's just from Nari Rush. I have no idea what it could be. I'm assuming it's another fire type kick since there's 2 of everything else. But I really don't know. And then gloves. Yeah, we're missing a glove. No idea what that one could be either. Movement, we got them all. Traits, obviously the cores haven't unlocked for whatever reason. I think the only way to get these other traits are just keep doing the ice dungeon, the Christmas one, to unlock stuff. Like, I got these 6. I think I would get this one, maybe this one from doing the same thing. But I really don't know, because the holiday ore doesn't drop as often as, you know, everything else. For whatever reason, the world eggs don't seem to count. Last over the kick. Okay, yeah, so they might have came in that last patch. I didn't really read the patch notes. But I just feel like there's so much stuff still. I really like it, you know, like the Discord was talking about, I guess yesterday or early this morning, you know, they were referencing Warframe. I hadn't thought of it like that. Yeah, it's a little Warframey, you know, with the endless leveling and the, like, yeah, I can definitely see that. I do like Warframe. Look at that, one of the chests we're missing. How convenient. 5 out of 6. Yep. So I'm missing 4 chests between here and here. 3 chests between here and here. Once I find those, then it'll just be a guess of where the hell the other chests could possibly even be. Since they're not part of the named areas, they could literally be anywhere. Which is frustrating to think about. There's probably one over here that I missed. Since it's not even like a true region. 209 weapons? How do you count the weapons? Does it actually tell you? 233 or 233. Okay, so I'm missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Alright, so I'm missing 48 weapons out of 233. So I mean, that's not too bad. 30 times 7 in my inventory. That makes sense. Do you sunset your weapons like I've been doing, to where you've pretty much just got nothing but mythics in your bag? Or are you, more akin to like holding on to everything so you can get those synergies? I feel like they're unobtainable, but I also feel like there's probably ways to actually obtain them, and they probably just have like a 1 in 10,000 drop rate or something. I feel like a lot of them are actually behind specific dungeons and not regions, you know what I mean? So like, if you're looking for an item, you have to spam a dungeon, and it's only got like, yeah. Full list in a spreadsheet. Yeah, I don't know. Obviously there's a lot still coming to the game, but I think it's honestly really balanced overall. I could have sworn I just saw text, like I could touch something. Maybe not. That's okay. Actually, no, I want to do that plus Nasher Bomb build, now that I saw that item. Just gotta remember where it was. Oh, here we go. Okay, so golden and golden. Okay. And then I don't think I have an item that does Nasher Bomb. I'm sure there probably is one, but I know I don't have it. So we're just gonna do Mark to the Brute. That's fine. Okay. Still doing just critical hit. Okay. I really like Gravity Sphere. It's just such a broken freaking ability. And Nasher. Okay, so we leveled up the Nasher Bomb twice, and the same. Okay. There's no difference, unless it just does an obscene amount of damage. Nope. Maybe? How much HP do you have left? Ooh, it actually did a shit ton more damage than I expected. So yeah, really a lot of the dungeons drop the same weapons, lockboxes. I guess I just don't get enough lockboxes. Like, I get one or two, I get some of the orders when I go back to the shelf, but I don't really do the orders very often. It all depends. Like, truthfully, I'm actually sitting on a couple civil disagreements, just because, I'm waiting for a gold order to drop. I'm not going to sell these guys. Like, they are specifically just for completing orders. Some Luminite keys, blah, blah, blah. I guess we've got a few lockboxes we could go craft real quick. Some more gold. Water lockbox and a water key. Okay, yeah, you know what? Let's do that real quick. Return to base. Well, so, I mean, I get what you're saying about the lockboxes and the dungeons, but I also think maybe not all the weapons, specifically because like the Christmas dungeon exists, and some of those, you know, like +1, +2, +3 weapons, you can only get out of that dungeon, it seems. I mean, obviously you can upgrade them once you have them, but I feel like they only drop in the dungeon itself. Or at least it seemed like that. Like I was getting a lot of legendaries just from the dungeon, which I suppose could just, you know, probably skewed my viewpoint on it. Especially since I don't always do the boxes. Nari's Legacy, Blaze of Glory. All right, cool. Oh, you know what skill I want, Existence? I want the runes, or the totems. I want the totem skills, because you can stack, you know, that one rage totem with Warcry, and it overbuffs you. You can get 10 stacks of both, you know? And it's just stupid. So I really want that, but I obviously don't have that ability yet. Still quite a few reality shards away, which sucks, but it is what it is. Okay. So we got a buff. That's cool. Heart fragment. We got another buff. And an item to sell. Okay, cool. Good stuff. I was so confused. I mean, I know a lot of it is chest locked for like finding all the region chests, but like I encounter people, you know, who are like a quarter of my level, and they have purple hearts already, you know, not including gear hearts. And I'm just like, how did you get so many hearts from the RNG, you know? What do you gotta do to make it love you that much? Copper keys, fire lock boxes, blah blah blah. Obsidian keys, luminite keys, obsidian keys, thinning keys. Okay. Gotta do some crafting, it looks like. Oops. Oh, okay. Interesting. And then I've noticed like some upgrades, for whatever reason, like skill upgrades go straight into your storage box instead of upgrading the skill, so you have to select it again, and then like it'll upgrade your skill, you know? Nah, I'm sure that's just like a bug, but it's something I've definitely noticed. So like 1, 2, both those. I would take it. A War Mask upgrade? Absolutely. More ice chests. I'm down for the ice chests, that's for sure. Wait, so you put one on the, wait, so you maxed out a skill? Like level 155? See, I don't get how you guys have such luck on the hearts, because yeah, I've got 808. Obviously, you know, I'm missing a couple chests. I get like 30 chests total, which could equate to like 3 hearts. That would still only give me like 2 purples. I just need better RNG, I think. So I do the tin box and a tin box, and get like a green gear real quick. Ooh, a heart. I'll take it. Okay. Oh, here we go. That's where it went. Energy fists. New item. New item, my ass. Ooh, Donfang is new. Okay, so we didn't have Donfang before. That's cool. I will take it. Sword max combo. Badass. Okay. So we need some obsidian, some tin. What do we got as far as bars go? Any that are pre-crafted? I've got 10 bars. How many tin boxes? 4? Another tin lockbox. Alright. I'll take some critical loot. Like, I will take it. Absolutely. Give me that key. Whoops. That's a water. Ooh, yeah, water and tin. Okay. Do we have any aqua ore? I don't think I have any aqua ore crafted right now. I do not. Okay, so we're just gonna, I guess, start crafting. I really didn't want to do any crafting. I like crafting with the ice ore, just because you get so much more gold for the items. All your skills are at How do you have such RNG with skills, man? Like, literally, you go to my skills and they're all level 2. Or level 1. And none of my skills are leveled up. At all. I'm not getting any skill levels, you know? See, world settings. Presets, custom. So yeah, enemy damage, enemy difficulty. Yeah, it's, I don't know. Mastery progress, very fast. Maybe I need to change the mastery. No, that's just mastery experience, it's not actually levels. So yeah, I just don't have good RNG, I guess. Oh, the classes? Nice. Yeah, no, I need to get the, obviously the breaker. So level 100, and then I'm set. I really like slowed down my grinding progress, because what I did was instead of equipping different weapons, I just held on to the Frostfire bow, you know, and I just spammed it, like, spammed the absolute shit out of it, and just leveled up other items and skills. So I always had that and Nasher Bomb, so instead of upgrading 4 things at once, I was only upgrading 2, which, you know, obviously slows down your stat point progression, I guess. But it works. It definitely works. I guess I should go farm Frostwalder. Like, if I don't want to craft the lower tier stuff, I definitely need to craft the higher tier stuff. Just again, to finish getting all of our items. I would really like to have my 2 proofs just for the bragging rights. He still has a minute? That's crazy. Okay, Real quick, we're gonna feed Nasher. I moved that box, so that doesn't matter. Nasher. I've definitely fed weapons to Nasher. I've never fed him skills. I thought about feeding him the jelly cow jelly, but I only have one of those, so I don't want to get rid of that yet. I actually don't even know if he can eat it. I'm assuming he can, since he can eat like almost everything. But truthfully, I don't know. Yeah, no, you don't have to, like, there's so many ways to play this game. I actually like it a lot. And really, with the planned items that are coming to Odin Shell, people who really don't like PvE or don't like farming will still be able to passively farm and collect more ore and flowers and stuff just from being in this area. Like it'll be more of a crafting simulator than an adventure RPG. You know, if that's what you want it to be. Like the planned stuff is actually pretty cool. You know, where is it? These guys, the totems of change. So like more meteorites spawn. That's pretty cool. This one obviously more PvE focused. Random totems spawning in combat. I think that'll just be buff upon buff to get. That's not a bad way to be. I definitely do like this game. I think it's pretty fun. I would like to see some more customization as far as like the characters themselves go. But I mean, as far as it all is, recolors aren't bad, you know. I do like all the different characters. I think they're pretty cool. We don't have him anywhere near. Oh, he is maxed out. Okay, good for you, Torsten. In that case, Willow. So right now I'm going through maxing out everybody. Before the last two characters I'll have to do, because we've got Ren already. We'll have to do Willow, I guess 3 characters, and Leaf, and then Jarl Erland. I haven't touched it all. So those are the last 3 characters I have to master. I'm probably going to main the Jarl skin just because I like the armor. Honestly, so I figured I would play that last, get everything else out of the way, before I just, you know, no-lifed one character, one skin. But it's a pretty cool game. Definitely like it. Willow's pretty adorable. She's pretty cool. I thought I had a skin for her. Yeah, we'll do the little Irish girl, I guess. I really don't have the house built up into anything fancy. Like I've got a couple of rooms that I've kind of tossed together, but realistically, I'm not exactly like stoked for all the furniture that's available, so I just haven't, you know, done anything. But like we've got this nice little restaurant kind of coming off the house also, you know, so that's pretty cool. Once we get our proof of absurdity, I'm probably going to turn this area here into a garden, like an interior indoor garden kind of thing. I really don't know what to do with everything else. Like I wanted this area to be a kitchen, but again, there could be just more as far as kitchens go. I mean, obviously there's the grills, which I have all 3 grills, so I can't really do much more as far as the grills go. But I didn't really want a setup like that inside the house. You know, I wanted more of like an unused static, just like background grill. So who knows? Maybe over the years they'll add something like that. Maybe, we'll see. I'm sure a lot of people would prefer function over aesthetic, but for me it's gonna be like I've got all the base functions, unless there's like a new system or a new menu that comes out that requires something new. I kind of just want aesthetic stuff now. That way I can you know, just customize my little town more. Yeah. You did the same? Yeah. No, it's just a nice little house, I think. Like the game itself is just fun. So many different characters, so many different things to do at any given time just to keep you on your toes. I like that a lot. Alright, that's what we were doing. Being Masher. Huh, okay. Is that everything? Yep, that's all the Nasher fruit. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I do think being able to do more of the Runari themselves when it comes to your town would be cool. Like, I think it's neat to see them all standing around and stuff, but obviously there's characters that are not necessarily in the game yet, like you can play as them, but you don't encounter their area, or they're not just statically on the field around here. Which is interesting. You know, like, it's cool. I don't know. Yep, okay, good. Good enough. At one point, I considered, like, just trying to farm world stars. I mean, they drop randomly and statically enough anyway, but I figured, if I have 1,000 of them, you know, I'll be future-proof for any future content. Sitting at like 140 of them right now. 142. So, I don't really think I need to farm more right now. Especially since, what, Frostholder cost, what, 50 or whatever it was to unlock? So, yeah, I don't know. Missing either 3 lore entries or 3 mysteries. I really don't know what those mean. I'm sure they're mystery unlocks, like special chests, but... What I want to do is get more of the Christmas level, the ice whatever eggs, the frozen eggs, whatever they're called. So I guess I'm gonna get some. Oh, that's regular blueberries. We don't want those. That's to make juice. I knew that. I guess I could add more hoops just to get around easier. One of my friends, their character has like an entire network of hoops to fly around Odin Shell, and they get going, man. Like they just fly. It's actually really impressive. There we go, there's one. Swirling snowflakes. I just realized that higher tier outputs give you more experience. That's actually pretty cool. I had to pay attention to that earlier. Oh, come on. No? Here we go. Get our warrior chest, not the warrior chest, no, we cannot. Okay, I already got that. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go farm, I guess. I've got nothing better to do right now. Level 170. Easy farm, easy farm. Weapon damage and skill damage. What if we just did weapon damage? What if we just did... What level are you? You're only level 2? It's 15% weapon damage? I feel like this one adds some strength. I had something equipped, now I don't remember what it was. For item level. Yeah, so we want this one, that's 40% weapon damage. Marshall gives me 2 critical hit damage per level, or 0.5, so total what? 5. Yes, it's 5 critical hit damage per level. That's armor damage. Hyper armor skills, 4 critical hit chance plus 3 critical hit damage. We can do master rank. Hit damage level, weapon damage, hit chance. There we go. Alright, so sitting at, yeah, 60% crit hit chance with a 37 crit damage level, weapon damage at 432. The freezing debuff time for freezing spore pods. See, that's something I've noticed too, is like a lot of the magic procs for the skills, they're not procking before you do more damage than the proc requires. You know what I mean? Like, even, again, like you have the highest settings, I have the highest settings as far as difficulty goes. At some point you just kill things so efficiently or so quickly that the random, the affinity, you know, bonus doesn't apply. It just doesn't apply at all. So yeah, I don't really know. I really don't know. It's definitely interesting, but I feel like as far as balance goes, they're gonna have to change a number of things over time. At least to keep things from becoming like you only use, you know, these 8 weapons, like 2 per class, and like, you know, like you only use these 2 skills, like, or 8 skills, you know. I don't know, I think if they release more, like, dynamic dungeons, like raid bosses where you don't necessarily just spam, like if there's an actual DPS mechanic, you know, where like you have to hit a certain output threshold in order to actually clear before an instant wipe, or if there are more like specific, like you have to have a healer, or you have to have you know, shield, or like some ability to actually offset some of the mechanics. I think even that would still be better than just everybody ends up gravitating towards the same skills anyway, you know. Which right now I would say probably the most OP skill in my opinion, like out of absolutely everything, if you were to build for it, is probably the ice shards, just because so many bonuses, so many boosts go directly to the ice shard. Like so many weapons, so many accessories and stuff. Like I feel like everything boosts the output of that stupid thing, or gives you more shards, you know, so you're shooting like, instead of 3 or 5 or whatever, like 7 to 8 at a time, based on value. I mean, yeah, and like I said, like I've noticed a lot of players do seem to be different in the main game. Obviously in Brunari Rush, like it's all RNG based for the you know, the roguelike. But in general, I would say everyone kind of ends up with the same items there. Like the game eventually tapers off on giving you different things and starts specializing like what your class is going to be. So like you see fewer things in the roguelike, but in the main game, I don't know. I feel like you either, like if I'm being honest with you, I feel like you either spam the uppercuts, you spam mushrooms, or you spam shards or lightning bolts. Like I feel like those are the four builds. I do like the sword foo ability. I think it's great. The little cutscene that plays, I think it's awesome. But I feel like when I play with other players, it's always like one of those 4 settings. Like, oh, this is what I prefer, you know. And as far as their weapons go, it's just kind of random. Like, I don't know. I really don't see too many of the crossbows anymore. Like the first week I started playing, I saw a lot of people using it. And now I feel like I see more Boom Blades than anything else when I join random worlds. Probably more Boom Blades. I don't know if it's just like the aesthetic for those or what. Homing arrows honestly need a technique of some sort in order to make the other more viable. Because, like, you just kind of point in the direction and it just does it. You know what I mean? Your dagger. You do use the dodgeball ability. I feel like it needs a larger hitbox compared to a lot of the other stuff, in my opinion. Like, it does very high armor damage output, but also it's such a small projectile. I feel like if it was larger, I'd probably use it more. That's crazy. You're the first person I've actually heard use the dodgeball like as a main ability. What's that? Oh, and then the other thing about the archer, the rogue, or assassin, whatever that class is, the mastery for it, that little heal you get, like, obviously it's a slow heal, you know, you gotta dodge 2-3 times to get a quarter segment of a heart, But it's just, it's a built-in auto heal without having to have skills. I mean, obviously the skill does have limitations. You use mana or dodge outside of your cooldown. Outside of your charges or whatever. But at the same time, like, just having an optional heal not based on your core ability inputs, I feel like is huge. Like, it's just a game changer. Could just be me. That's fair, yeah. Make it an FPS move for the dodgeball. Like, that's fair. More like noob tubing. Yeah, see, so like, when it comes to farm, I'm just gonna sit here on this ledge and I'm gonna kill all the enemies that I can see, including over to here. Like, the range on the bows definitely needs to be reduced, given the limited reactions of the enemies. Like, they don't run for cover or anything when you start, you know, tagging them. It's not like a shooter, obviously, right? But the homing arrows, like, it just makes it unfair. Because, again, like, I can aim, like, 2 meters above this guy's head, way in the distance, and it's still gonna take him out, no problem, you know? You could probably even hit these grobs way on the far side of the little valley here. Give it a go. Yep, yeah, they're gonna die. Right. No? Okay, maybe I hit the max range. Yeah, that's max range. Okay, so maybe not everything. Maybe we can hit those grubs, or the greebles. Yeah, we can hit those greebles. Okay. So like, I mean, it's got a realistic bow range. Can you ping it? Let's see. Yeah, it would be like 200 meters. That's honestly not too bad. Like, it's got decent range. It's got like a realistic range. Well, less than realistic range even. I mean, it's not a bad range. It's basically a longbow, right? But overall, like, yeah, the auto homing mechanic is just absurd. Like, those are all gonna peg that overseer, that raven or cravens, or I forget what they're called. Max range is 400 meters. Well, see, I don't know, because like these guys are 219, and this bow doesn't seem to be doing anything to them. The fact that didn't actually kill that guy surprises me. We'll do a few bursts. About 4 times what it should take to kill this guy. See, because it looks like they're fizzling out before they even hit the tracking. So I feel like max range is exactly 200 meters, maybe. At least for this version of the bow, the Frostfire. Let's see, these guys are 110 meters out, so yeah, they're definitely well within range now. Oh, for pinging? I think we can ping 400. 3, 2. Let's see, maybe if we ping up there. 394, yeah, probably 400. That sounds about right. So yeah, it's gotta be about 400. You're probably right. Yeah, I don't know. The bows are just like, it's not bad. What I've done is I've watched a lot of anime, a lot of sitcoms and stuff while I farm. So you can kind of, again, stand in one area, clear an area out, then move on to the next without thinking too hard about it. I feel like playing with other people makes the game more dynamic, makes it feel more like an MMO or a not necessarily a Trinity-based system, you know, but like more rewarding for like a variety of builds or, you know, things like that. I definitely feel like it makes a big difference. Okay. So normally what I like to do when I come to Frostvalder is I will clear everything one time, come back around, kill Overseer Screech one more time for a total of twice, and then I go back and craft things. If I'm not just standing around talking, it takes about an hour and a half to get through all the content here except for the dungeons. And yeah, like it's a pretty decent farm, good experience, good loot overall. Obviously, there's a lot of elites that spawn, especially when you have the elite altar thing maxed out, which is actually, I think, where I get the majority of my loot from. I don't even think it's from the environment anymore. I think it's mostly from elite kills, which isn't bad. It's pretty cool. Gives you a reason. Far more, less effort. Corbin's not great in this other guy. Okay. Which, I mean, that makes sense right there. Corbin's. I have gotten a few Tensura in the 3H Dealbreaker Griffin session. Really? I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what Dealbreaker is. But I could definitely go for a good 3-hour grind session and binge of good anime. The waterfall cave? No, so I'll be honest, I don't necessarily. You're talking about the one with all the fish in it, right? And the wolf statue. I tend to skip it. I actually don't do much fishing anymore. The water lockbox dungeon. Oh, the dungeon. Not this one. It's Wolf God. This is what should we call it? Mornfrost. Bringer. Am I missing a dungeon? The water lockbox dungeon. I'm missing a dungeon? Where am I missing a dungeon? Oh, on Arcadia. Arcadia. Okay. So that's Rose, that's Veilbreaker, Parched, Arcadian, Grob. What? I'm missing another dungeon? And it's called the Waterfall Cave? What? Are you sure? Oh, Wisdom Peak. Okay, so the Veilbreaker Catacombs. Does this one, so this one gives you water chests and Frostvalder loot? Or... So I'll be honest, I normally don't run any dungeons when I do Frostvalder unless I really feel like doing one before I leave. Because normally after like an hour and a half, I'm honestly kind of burned out. I'm just like, oh man, I can't do it. Especially since I'll then have to put like an hour and a half, 2 hours into crafting. I definitely tend to be like, maybe not. But there are also days where I'll log on and I'll just run like 6 dungeons back to back and then, you know, call it good. This one definitely has a lot of the corrupted aqua ore. I don't think I've run this more than one time, if I'm being honest with you. Like, I definitely doubt I've ran this more than once. Nope, and we crashed. That's okay. I do this calculate the drop for the lockboxes. Oh, so you do all the... So you run through each dungeon as you clear each map multiple times kind of a thing? That's pretty legit. I could definitely do more of that. Can we... There we go, thank you. Okay, let's join a random world. Air combo I play with sometimes. Yeah, I know air combo is pretty open to people joining. So let's see what they're up to. I know I should be farming in my world. I know. But, whatever. Oh, combo might have kicked us. That's okay. Well, that makes sense, yeah, for probability. 100 of each lockbox, huh? That'll be interesting. Honestly, I think I don't do enough for a lot of things. So which area is this in? Oh, I know what dungeon we're in. Okay, cool. Okay, so we want to... Oh, I don't have this one yet. Crit hit with speed and mana regen. 10% regen? What? Oh wait, why did I do impulse mana and strength? That's cool. That we're going to spinning rice. Animation, side stuff the most. Trigger. Not have the empowered evade, so that's one I definitely need to farm. Keymaster, eats. Oh, okay, so their stuff's locked at that level for right now, which is fine. So we'll do all these that we know are pretty much maxed out. I do like Skyward for that jump though. Let's help what we damage. This is just a cool weapon. Aesthetically, in my opinion. Crossfire bow, obviously my favorite to farm with. Radiant Brook Special versus... Okay, cool. So let's maybe figure this out. Blue guy, black guy, blue guy. Oh, that's right, because he killed this King Silver. So I'm sure there's a King Gold. I'm sure there is, but I've yet to see it. I've yet to see it. You know, because there's like the Greebles, the Yeebles, and then your silver and gold dudes. Yeah, right? Like, honestly, he's got good levels on everything. Everything's pretty much maxed out for what he's got unlocked. So like, yeah, combo's doing great. He plays a lot of Runari Rush, which is why his world level's lower. Or she, they. So I don't really see them too often, but they're normally playing Runari. So that's, yeah, that's the ceiling real quick. I wonder if they minimized. They might have minimized. I've never actually used the pause function before, so this is all new to me. Neat stuff. Ugh. Ranger. That's what it's called, the Ranger class. Huh. I don't know if they're coming back, so I'm just I'm gonna bail. Katrussi. Okay. Use the bell to launch enemies. Too easy. That's one. Guardian Blades. See, this is the skill I want more than anything on the main one. I want to use Guardian Blades plus maybe Vortex. I feel like Vortex is environmental. So I feel like maybe use these with gravity scan. You know, just like stand there. But this is the one ability that I want to unlock from, you know, chests and, I'm assuming maybe the Christmas event. I really don't know. Night Blades defense. just as a build skill. I like that. Yeah, it's probably my favorite ability. Like when I do get it in Renari Rush, I just feel like it's just the silliest. I've never got so much catch everything around. I like that. It's just one of those builds, man. I think it's just silly. Good stuff. So yeah, existence, impulse damage, does that modify skill damage at all? Is it just kinetic damage from like impacts, or is it just kicks? Like, or is it a mix of all three? Because I feel like impulse does affect your skill damage some, but also I feel like it's not every skill. You know, I feel like it's just the ones that do like the kinetic damage or physical damage. Maybe not kinetic stuff. Oh, but you can't. That's right. Okay, so when you do that, you can't do anything else. Yeah. See, Become as a vortex is definitely not as good as Gravity Sphere, in my opinion. It's good if you want to run a barrel. Yeah, I feel like impulse damage is just. I don't know. It's a tough one to get decent output on. Like, realistically, you're not kicking as much as you are doing other things. Obviously, for some of the mini games, the mini quests, you're gonna be kicking a lot. But in general, I just, I don't know, I don't see that. I am just here to focus on. Because, like, you can have what? In Renari Rush, you can have a 10 chargers in your kit. The main game, I think you get like 6 or 7. You know? Whatever. Such a lazy way to learn how to play. I know it is. Like, I'm not doing anything. I'm just standing there. That's okay. Arcane Trog up here. I didn't bother to kill him before. Nah, see, it's okay. I'm sure it'd be better in the main game where you have more gear for later in Nari Rush. You just have more perks unlocked. Actually, we're gonna do this experience boost real quick. Get level 20. Get swallow. I think we're playing 3. I suppose, you know what? Fine. We'll do it. Some parts. Upgrade the skill again. More upgraded. That's okay. Not the best build I've made. Just hang out up in this tree and give them some fire leaf. In the tree. There. Oh, whatever. Alright. And a stun for sucker. Quests, I think. I don't know. I think really the only quests I have are like the clear with specific weapons, you know, which are RNG based, and then spend 1 million gold to unlock the delinquent class, you know, which basically just is the hardest way to enter the game. You just have the fists at the beginning. No abilities, I don't think. I think it's like hard mode. Let's see, how about, yeah, so delinquent, 300k out of 1 million spent. And that's to get the Odin Sun. This one is such a good build though, just because you have the Frostwoven Quiver, which is 25% to your homing. And then if you get the stupid bow, you get 25% more damage output anyway. So starting with that is just kind of broken. These guys are obviously pretty darn good. What we're gonna do Oh, we already got it. Arctic Queen and Stormlord, so we will do Phantom. I do want to see more permanent upgrades come out for Runari Rush over time. Either with modifiers or just in general, like, oh, you know, like you can do this, this, or this instead. But it would be cool to see. It would definitely be cool. Alright. Sorry. Just gotta adjust. Been sitting for a minute. Actually, while this loads, yeah, I'm just gonna stretch for a sec. Poison mushroom. Not mushroom. I don't even know what happened. Honestly, the best farm in Renari Rush is just the regular basic training level for each of the two islands. Because you kind of have, not unlimited time, but you can go over like 40 minutes or 50 minutes just playing. So it gives you a chance to spend more gold and, you know, unlock more random stuff. You can become stupid powerful. Alright, let's keep unlocking stuff. Where are we at? No. Sakura. Alright. So we got some jellies to unlock. Mostly just jellies at this point. Down to our last few skins. Yeah, fists and evade. You have no gold left. What's next? Honestly, can't wait for that. I'm gonna run that more than anything. Just because it forces you to have more variable builds. You know, like your first skill is your first skill, your first weapon's your first weapon. Well, you know, you still have the fists, but in general, I like it. I think it'll be fun. Alright, alright. Good stuff. Yeah, I mean, realistically, it is better to sell the first couple chests just to get more gold. It is slightly faster, honestly. I feel like you can unlock chests faster. Yeah, we'll take sword foo. I do like sword foo. Okay, ore crusher, regular Alright, have fun playing COD. Thank you, and I appreciate your insight. Good luck out there. Yeah, left and right being your
third clear. That's a joke. Cool.
Get any new Willow outfits? We did not. Okay, that's okay. Probably level 4 them.
Look at this fluff.
Sorry, that's gross. Let's see, 30 already acquired, 40. Get the last emote I'm missing, it's gonna cost us 90. Okay. Alright, yep. End the game.